Your attention please. The emergency alert system has been activated. Please tune to Channel 7 for more details.
The following message is being transmitted by request of the Horsham Police Department. A series of events over the past hour has triggered an activation of the emergency alert system. At 2:23 p.m., a suspicious vehicle with 6 men inside was spotted at Hatboro Horsham High School. The car drove away quickly and moved toward the Babylon Business Campus. There, the 6 men exited the vehicle and took several people hostage. When the police arrived, the men quickly took off in their vehicle. Half of the men were unloaded by Forester and Beaver Hill roads. The remaining men were reported to be walking the block of Sawyer's Way, with automatic rifles and hand grenades, and are threatening to open fire. Residents should remain in their homes, and not try to restrain these men, as they are very dangerous. It is unknown where the other men are going. It is also unknown what the motives are of all 6 men involved. If you are on the roads, stay in your cars, and avoid Sawyer's Way. Please stay tuned to this station or other media outlets for the latest details on this civil danger. This message is being transmitted at the request of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department. 3 gunmen that were involved in incidents in Horsham have met with 5 additional gunmen at the Willow Grove Air Force Base. At 3:11 p.m., the men entered the Air Force Base and several explosions were reported. The base is reported to have fallen into their hands. Meanwhile, the other men involved are now moving towards the city of Philadelphia with the police in pursuit. It is unknown what their motives are. Stay away from the Willow Grove Air Force Base at this time. The men headed towards Philadelphia are traveling on Pennsylvania Route 611 South. If you are on this route between Horsham and Philadelphia, pull to the side of the road as soon as possible. When the police pass by, you are safe to resume travel. Additional reports are coming in, saying that 5 suspicious men with faces covered were seen in the area of Citizens Bank Park. They cannot be found at this time. Residents of Montgomery and Philadelphia counties should stay tuned to this station or other media outlets for more details on this civil danger. The following message is being transmitted by request of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office and the Philadelphia Police Department. As of 5:47 p.m., several men have taken control of the Willow Grove Air Force Base, and another group of men have taken control of a subway station just outside of Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. The men at Willow Grove Air Force Base demand a plane to take them back to their homes, whose locations have not been revealed. The demands of the men at Citizens Bank Park are not known at this time. The men at Willow Grove has threatened detonation of a nuclear weapon if their demands are not met, while the men at Citizens Bank Park will open fire at fans approaching the park, threaten to take over the AT&T subway station, and also set off a nuclear warhead. The presence of a nuclear device in one or both of these locations cannot be confirmed at this time. Local authorities urge citizens in Montgomery and Philadelphia counties to do the following: stay in your homes and away from these areas. If you are traveling to tonight's baseball game between the Phillies and Oakland Athletics, you will be redirected to a safe location away from Citizens Bank Park until the situation is resolved. If you are traveling near Willow Grove, stay away from the area, if possible. Set a fallout shelter in the event of nuclear weapon detonation. Bring a supply of food, water, clothing, medical supplies, and a battery-powered radio. Please stay tuned to this station and this civil danger product for more details on this situation. We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important details will follow. The following messages being transmitted at the request of the United States government. At 6:44 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 2 nuclear weapons were detonated in southeastern Pennsylvania. One nuclear weapon was detonated at the Willow Grove Air Force Base in Montgomery County. A second weapon was detonated in downtown Philadelphia near Citizens Bank Ballpark. These weapons are now spreading fallout into some areas. These weapons were detonated by separatist gunmen in the area. It is unknown if more exist in any part of the United States. At this time, all residents within 150 miles of the city of Philadelphia should seek a fallout shelter. Remember to take food, water, clothing, medical supplies, and a battery-powered radio with you to your fallout shelter. If you cannot find a fallout shelter, the National Guard will lead you to one. The President has requested to speak on all stations, and will do so within the next hour. Stand by for this message. This is an emergency action notification directed by the President of the United States and the United States government. All cable systems and broadcast stations shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air, providing news and information to the public in areas assigned to them. This is WCAU. This station will continue to serve the Philadelphia area. If you are not in this local area, tune out to stations providing news and information for your area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Philadelphia area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone lines must be kept open for emergency use. The emergency alert system has been activated. This is an administrative message transmitted at the request of the Mayor of Philadelphia and the Montgomery County Office of Emergency Management. Separatist gunmen in these areas took over Willow Grove Air Force Base and the location outside of Citizens Bank Park. They threatened to detonate nuclear weapons if their demands were not met. At 6:07 p.m., with help from the National Guard, the men were captured and their weapons were defused. The men are now being taken to a state penitentiary for questioning. Tonight's baseball game at Citizens Bank Park, between the Oakland Athletics and Philadelphia Phillies, will start at 8 p.m. The civil danger to residents of Montgomery and Philadelphia counties is now over, and all residents may exit their fallout shelters. The police thank the public for their cooperation in this situation. This is an administrative message transmitted at the request of the Mayor of Philadelphia and the Montgomery County Office of Emergency Management. Separatist gunmen in these areas took over Willow Grove Air Force Base and the location outside of Citizens Bank Park. They threatened to detonate nuclear weapons if their demands were not met. At 6:07 p.m., with help from the National Guard, the men were captured and their weapons were defused. The men are now being taken to a state penitentiary for questioning. Tonight's baseball game at Citizens Bank Park, between the Oakland Athletics and Philadelphia Phillies, will start at 8 p.m. The civil danger to residents of Montgomery and Philadelphia counties is now over, and all residents may exit their fallout shelters. The police thank the public for their cooperation in this situation.